Hey everyone, I hope you're having a blessed and wonderful life. I want to shoot a video for all of you good people today on my 2016 Kia Optima SXL. I bought this brand new off the showroom floor, 9 miles on it. I leased it 3 years ago, and for me at that time leasing made sense. I needed a nice car. I wanted this one. I didn't want the more basic models. I wanted the top of the line model. I drove it. I loved it, from everything from the 10-speaker Harman Kardon system, 630 watts. I have 2 Alpine subs in the trunk. I had the windows tinted. Other than the subs and the windows tinted, I haven't done anything else to this car. But I have, along the way, made it my own. And I did lease it 3 years ago, August of 2016. Now it's August of 2019, and I have some choices. With leases, you have choices. Do I keep it, pay the residual, which is $20,000, which is, this car is more than worth that, on TrueCar, Car Gurus, Auto Trader, and Edmunds.com. These cars are going anywhere from 18 grand, depending on mileage and condition, all the way up to 25, 26,000. Realistically, a nice one, 19,000 to 24,000. Of course, that 20 to 24 grand, you're going to get a spectacular car, SXL, just like this one. But here's the thing. I know who the previous owner of this one was, and I know how he took care of the car and the car's finish, and how he was very meticulous on keeping this car very pristine. And of course, I'm talking about myself, because I was the one that leased it. Okay, you get it. So anyway, guys, when I decided 3 years ago, let's start looking to see, because at the end you have options. Maybe I get something else. Even along the lease, when you're like 2 years into it, 2.5 years into it, you can take it to another manufacturer, you know, Chevy Corvette, Chevy Camaro, Audi, BMW, whatever your fancy is. And they'll decide if they can take it on a trade. They'll buy it out from the lease company, which in this case was Kia. And they'll buy it if they can make money on it, and then they'll get you into a new car. They're happy to sell you another car, and they're happy to get you to pay for another car. So they'll do that. So again, you just have options among options, and leasing made sense to me. But when I did lease this, I did it with the intent 3 years ago that I would like to keep this car potentially forever till the wheels fall off, which, with the warranty and the way that the South Koreans have a passion for building these cars. Remember, the South Koreans make Hyundai, they make Kia, they make Samsung, and there's just some powerful names. Plus, Hyundai also is a major steel corporation in South Korea. And these cars, these Optimas, and every Kia and Hyundai, they ship. These cars are all over the globe. Europe, Australia, I mean everywhere. Every continent you're going to find these cars. And that's just how great these cars are. And when these cars, 2016, they did a complete model remake of this. It was completely from the ground up. From 2011 to 2015, it was basically the same with a few updates. But then 2016, they started with a complete new canvas. Now, they didn't change the look of the car a ton because it was a great looking car. But if you look at them side by side and look in the interiors, you can really tell that this car, the 2016 on up to 2019, 2020, this is the car you want. So my recommendation would be to go 2016 on up if you wanted one. But hey, there's nothing wrong with the little bit older ones either. So, yeah. So I looked all over, looked at tons of different cars on YouTube. What would I want to get if I turned it in? And guys, I looked at reliability of the German cars. They were out of the Nissans with the Jatco CVT transmission and all the problems they're having with Nissan. I would stay away from those guys. There's diamond stitched Napa leather. Totally stay away from the Germans, their engineering. I mean, even people that love Audi and BMW and Mercedes and own them and work on them, mostly the guys that work on them, they'll tell you stay away from them if you want reliability. Of course, they're going to last 3 to 5 years, but are they going to be the most reliable car? No. They'll last, you know, through the lease. If you lease them for 3 years, yeah, they'll last through that. But my recommendation, with the engineering, with the way they put critical hoses on hot engine bays and hot places in the engine, you want to stay away from those. And then Jaguar and Range Rover used to be great cars. Okay, now they're made in India. Part Indian owned, part Chinese owned. Tata Motors is the name of the Indian company. And reliability has just taken, this is the back deck for the Harman car. Reliability has just taken a huge hit. So you want to stay away from those. These aren't things I made up. These are hours and hours of research, watching YouTube videos. And so stay away from those. Nissan. Again, the Maxima, all the Nissan CVT transmissions. You want to stay away from a CVT. This one has a true torque converted 6-speed automatic. This is what you want, guys. So you don't want the CVT. That's done by rubber bands. If you love driving, okay, this is the car that you're going to want to get. And no CVT, whatever you do decide on. And even Kia on the lower models is Kia Forte. They're using CVTs. Just stay away from them, guys. That's my recommendation. I've had a CVT on a Toyota Corolla. No driving. If you enjoy driving, this is a car for you. It really is. For me, I love driving, and this car has far exceeded everything that I could ever want in this car. And again, guys, this car, again, getting back to the passion of the South Koreans, got my sub strapped in, 2 pillows on the side so they don't move an inch when I'm driving. So South Koreans, passion for driving, okay? Passion for building cars, passion for building electronics. 10-year, 100,000 mile warranty. That's what you get with this Kia and Hyundai. Not just the Optima, every model they make. Now that is a powertrain warranty, engine, transmission, anything that powers the car, the expensive stuff. Now you might say, well, what's the bumper to bumper warranty? Because that covers everything. Most cars, over 95%, 3-year, 36,000 miles if you're lucky. That's your warranty. And no powertrain warranty. That's it. That's the whole warranty. Kia and Hyundai, 5 years, 60,000 miles, bumper to bumper. Whichever comes first. That, my friends, is incredible. And when I bought this car, I bought from Kia, not from a third party, the $1,500, it's now $3,500, if I purchase the car. Lifetime, as long as I own the car, no matter unlimited miles, unlimited years, powertrain warranty, lifetime powertrain warranty, engine, transmission, anything that drives the car, suspension, any of that, covered, lifetime. Kia, Hyundai would not stand behind their cars like that if they did not make good cars, because they're the ones that got to fix them, and that's going to cost them money. And they don't want to do that. So that, my friends, told me, okay, I want to keep this car. So I decided the lease buyout. Oh, just real quick, going back to a couple of other cars. I looked at Toyota. I looked at the Camry. I looked at the Avalon. Nice cars. I even looked at the Lexus and the ES. Don't get me wrong, I love the Lexus. But the one I want, the ES, top of the line, 60 grand. That's not for me. And if you look at what it has, a little bit more luxurious inside, but 60 grand, Not for me, guys. I'd rather keep this car for that much, to be honest. And with the Lexus, it has a touchpad somewhere down in here. It would be, and it doesn't have where you touch screen. This has a full touch screen. That's what I like. Love the flat bottom steering wheel too. Chrome on the things. So yeah, that's not for me, the Toyota. The Camry, the V6, not bad. But the 8-speed transmission and the V6, that's a complete nightmare. They don't have the shift points. It's always searching for gears. This is coming from people that love Toyota, okay? And the interior of the Camry, to me, it's a geometry nightmare inside. I hate the interior. And then the Avalon, like I said, and then you're not getting half of the features that this car has. The doesn't have heated and cooled seats. The Avalon has heated seats, but not cooled, because they want you to go up to the Lexus to get those things. It has Apple CarPlay, but not Android Auto on the Toyotas. They don't have that figured out yet. Of course, this has both if you're into that. And 245 horsepower, 260 pounds of torque. You get the torque at 1350 RPM. That is incredible power. This car is fun to drive, guys. It's not a Corvette. It's not a Ferrari. Of course not. It's a family sedan, but it is one heck of a nice family sedan and very pleasurable to drive. So the Toyotas aren't for me. They're trucks. The Tacoma, the body style, I'm not into trucks. I wanted a car. I like the way a car drives. That's for me. So I stay away from that. Okay? And when you come up on the car and you walk up on it, see those mirrors will greet you. Light will come on here, an LED light in here for nighttime. Then you can open your car up. And then the Hondas, Toyotas, to me, they're boring. Nice cars, good reliability. But I decided, guys, that I'm going to buy this car out. I owe $20,000 on it. And if I wanted to find a car like this for $20,000, it would be, you could do it. But I don't know who the previous owner was. And on this car, as we talked about, I do know who the previous owner was. And I know how good he took care of the car, how good he took care of the finish. I know all of that. So I went to my credit union, bypassed the dealership. I highly recommend you do that. Stay away from your dealership. Just, they can look up the lease. You know, you can even go to the dealership and get the, basically the banks, they have access to your lease information from the lease company. So you don't even have to go to the dealership. So I got 3.88% interest. Gonna finance it anywhere between 4 and 5 years. I haven't decided yet. I sign the papers tomorrow, August 26th, 2019, after my 3-year lease. And after all the cars that I've looked at and everything that I've decided, and I did get the windows tinted. Drove this off the showroom floor, 9 miles on it. And I plan on keeping this car forever. I really do. Now, that's a bold statement. I may get bored down the line and want something different, but I still hope I would keep this at least as a backup car. Right now, it's a #1 car. I don't have any other cars. Wouldn't want any other cars. And I'm just really glad that I'm able to be blessed to get this car. And it's only got 12,500 miles on it. But when I do drive it, oh my gosh, guys, I love to drive this car. It is so much fun. The stereo system is phenomenal. So be careful, watch the dealerships, make sure you understand your financing, ask tons of questions. And at your lease, make sure you know every option. And when you lease, start thinking about what you're going to do for your lease at the end. so there's no surprises. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Hope it was informative.